spend quality time with loved ones, go to different types of, and these are just quality times, not just like going to the club, going to all these different places, because all those are not the best forms of things for self-care. Hi guys, welcome back to Shama Saba. So this video today, as you see, is all about us as women, specifically Black women, needing to rest. In a world that glorifies hustle culture and perpetual productivity, it's time for a paradigm shift. Today, we're addressing a message directly to Black women. It's okay to rest. Your worth is not measured by your productivity. As Black women, we have been long subjected to stereotypes and expectation of us always being strong, being the head of the family, enduring hardships without any complaint, and from society, from our community, from our mothers, from our fathers, from our brothers, our sisters, especially being the oldest daughters. They are constantly expecting us to perform. Such things as getting their needs met, or always being the life of the party, always being there when someone needs someone to vent to, being there to lift up their spirits, to crack a joke, to be this female embodiment of this character of how Black women are normally portrayed, all of which contribute to the expectation for us to prioritize the need of others above our own, to perform caregiving roles without acknowledgement or support. I believe it's time to change these expectations and create safe spaces that allow us to support one another in time of support and in time of needing rest, and not feeling judged or not feeling that we're not up to expectations. It is okay to simply take a breath. We cannot do it all the time. Just knowing so many mothers, especially Black women, there's so much that you all do, and you should know that you are more than just what you are doing. Your productivity is not who you are. There's a multitude of things that makes up our worth. For example, your intrinsic worth. Every woman has the inherent worth simply by virtue of being a human. It's not dependent on any type of external situations, nothing such as your appearance, you looking like the next trend, you wearing the next trendy clothes, just being who you are, the way that God created you, just your image of existing, is making you a worthy person. The second thing is your personal fulfillment. It could be things that make you happy in your life. And these things could be something simple. It's just like going to the park or just spending time with loved ones, anything that you can think of that just gives you personal fulfillment. That makes you a worthy person. Your character and your integrity, the qualities that define a woman's character, such as being honest, kind, being empathic, resilient, contribute significantly to your worth. These traits reflect your moral and your ethical values, and your self-care and your self-respect, having boundaries for yourself, putting up expectations you have to have on other people, just not being in a dynamic where you are always the giver and you never receive. So having the ability to respect and care for yourself, both physically and emotionally, prioritizing your self-care, like I said, setting your boundaries and advocating for your needs are the important aspects of having self-worth. As I stated earlier, the ability of having empowerment, recognizing and advocating for other women, not putting the other women down, shaming them, as we probably think that they're lazy, but we don't know what this person is going through, what this woman has gone through. We don't know if she's emotionally exhausted. We don't know if she's physically tired. All of these things contribute to your worth. And lastly is the contribution to society. This is what people normally think of when a person is worthy. Maybe contributions to the communities, your workplaces, your families, broader societies, to skills, different types of organizations, your leadership, your knowledge, all these things, from your professional achievements to caregiving roles to activism, all those things are like your contributions to society. But as you notice, intrinsic value, personal fulfillment, integrity, self-respect, equality, and empowerment. And lastly, contribution to society. This and more makes you a worthy person, not just the focus on contributions to society. And I know it is so hard for many of us to realize this because we live in this capitalistic country, and it's so caught up in how are we going to make the next dollar, how are we going to be showing everything that you're doing. And sometimes we'll post things on social media just to say that, oh, I am living like this happy life, this soft girl life. But are you actually living this soft girl life? Are you just making it look like it? And that's actually the complete opposite, because you're just putting on a facade of what it looks like. This whole thing is about the soft gear movement and all this, that. It's all about how it makes you feel internally, calm, at peace with yourself, and being relaxed. And I know that it's so hard for many of us to do. Sometimes, our different types of circumstances that we in, some circumstances that we cannot change at the moment, but it's okay to make plans for it. For generations, Black women have shouldered the weight of countless responsibilities, balancing careers, families, activism, and more. And amidst this whirlwind, the importance of rest often gets overwhelmed by us. And sometimes if you take a break, you tend to feel guilty. I know I used to feel guilty when I just like to take a break, and I felt like I was letting people down, or I felt like I was being lazy when I just wanted to just sit and lay on the couch sometimes. Some days I just wanted to just sit, because it could take a toll on you, not just physically just doing tasks, but just mentally and emotionally. And you just want to lay down in bed sometimes and just gain your energy back, because you have all this expectation that's placed on you. But I want you to know that you shouldn't feel guilty about that. And these are the things that I would also had to let myself know, is not to take guilt in that, to accept myself, having love for myself, and allowing myself this time of rest, and treat myself as though I was my own child, and allowing myself these precious moments to decompress and to just recharge, and don't feel bad that I may have put something off. Maybe I had something planned and I had put it off, but it's great. The hindsight is that over time, at least I would have that goal taken care of, but at least I would have my health. At least I would have my mental health. At least I would be feeling at peace. At least I would feel rest and recharge, so that I can take the make sure I do my task and make sure I be there for people. Society constantly tells us that we have to prove ourselves, to work hard, to go through the hard things, and to feel guilty for that. That is a toxic narrative. It is okay to take a break, but I'm not saying to do the work. I'm saying to take a rest, take a breather. Don't feel bad about it. Go at a slower pace. Some days you need to go a little bit slower. And another day you may feel a bit inspired, but look at the trajectory of your life. At least you're going up and not like just remaining stagnant. It's okay to take little time. It's okay to take little breaks. It's okay to rest. Just do it in increments and set up a plan, set up a schedule. Maybe one day you will have, throughout the week, you will have a designated day to rest. And these are your self-care things that you're going to do to just decompress. You probably, whatever that looks like for you. And then you have the next other days, and you're going to go in however you feel like you need to go in, but as long as you get your goals met and everything. But you do it at a pace for yourself, because everybody's physical bodies, mental bodies, emotional bodies are different. So set it up in a way that it is most best for you, because being too productive can lead to different types of physiological stressors on our bodies. For example, you can have burnouts. Constantly pushing yourself to meet productivity standards without adequate rest or breaks can result in a burnout, which can manifest as physical or emotional exhaustion, leading to your decreased motivation, being disdained about stuff, probably feeling like you don't want to continue the job, contribute to work, leading to feelings of resentment, leading to feelings of self-doubt. You can also experience decreased mental health, which is very common, especially in Black community at times. Overworking and prioritizing productivity above all else can exacerbate stress, anxiety, and depression. Neglecting self-care and personal relationships in favor of work can contribute to feelings of isolation and loneliness. It can also make you feel as though that you're always on edge. You get irritated easily. Your emotional capacity has a certain limit, and it's not that full because you are tired. take that as a sign to go lay down somewhere, girl. And the next thing I'll talk about is decreased creativity. You can't be putting out your YouTube videos how you want to. You can't be taking your little trips. You cannot draw. You can take art classes. Excessive focus on productivity can leave little room for creative thinking and innovation. And creativity thrives in moments of relaxation and leisure, but constant busyness can stifle these opportunities for inspiration and insight. You're so tired, you can strain the relationships that you already have. You're so irritated that you cannot really be there for people when you can be there for them, show for them when you have the emotional capacity to be there for them. Sometimes you are emotionally tired, emotionally drained, and you can be irritated. So any little thing that they say to you could bother you, but once you're like, if you're happy and you're charged, you respond a little bit differently. So it can like strange friendships, romantic partnerships, familial connections. It can lead to feelings of resentments from your loved ones, and it can make you feel resentment to them as well. And lastly, you can create physical health issues. So the way you can just be so busy that you don't even take the time to take care of yourself, right? And not just even your physical stuff, because people, they will still be so busy, they'll go to the gym, this, that, and the third, but more so like your emotional health, your mental health. You can neglect that, such as you can create so much stress in your body, which can create chronic diseases and other health issues. And one physical health issues that can be caused by too much stress, by overworking yourself, is like cardiovascular problems. High levels of stress can contribute to hypertension, which is a risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular diseases. And this also can play an effect into your reproductive health. So much stress can affect your cortisol and adrenaline levels, can affect your estrogen, testosterone. Could be perverted if you just have the time for yourself to just rest and recharge. Rest does not equate laziness. Productivity does not equate worth. It's a vital component of self-care and mental health and mental well-being. It's about replenishing your spirit, nurturing your soul, recharging your energy so that you can show up to be your best self. So I'm going to talk to you about different ways that you can show up and be your best self and be at peace and relaxed and charged. So I'm gonna give you some little tips of what you could do. Mindfulness meditation. Sometimes in the morning you can, or right before you go to bed at night, set 20 minutes to meditate. Engaging in mindfulness practices, it can help you relax, it can reduce stress, and cultivate inner peace. Then also can bring about a heightened sense of internal dialogue, and also a heightened sense of self-awareness. When you pay more attention to just your body, you pay attention to your mind, and knowing what it is and knowing what it feels like, and just be at peace with that. Sometimes you just need a second to just escape what's going on around you, even your own thoughts. So practicing mindful meditations if you have the time in the morning time or at night. Physical activity, these are the type of physical activities that I recommend, something that is not too overbearing or too challenging, something such as yoga. And there's different types of yoga, but I would just recommend the type of yoga that's more so flow based, and it is more so about stretching, dancing, doing anything that make you feel happy. If you like salsa, take salsa classes. Anything that gets your body moving but not putting too much stress on it. I'll also recommend engaging in creative expressions such as painting, going to art museums if you like art, taking pottery lessons. I have a video when I went to like a pottery class. Writing, playing an instrument if you guys are musically inclined, listening to music, singing yourself. You don't have to be the best singer. Just take time, just anything that just brings your spirits up, makes you feel at peace. And spending some time out in nature, it has a calming effect on your mind and your body. Whether it could be going for a hike or going to a picnic, like with your trusted friends, or like loving and supportive individuals, or just simply soaking in the sun. Take your dog on a walk if you can. If you have any pets, if you take them for walks, spend quality time with loved ones, go to different types of, and these are just quality times, not just like going to the club, going to all these different places, because all those are not the best forms of things for self-care and self-love. Because sometimes being in a club, all this, that, and third, and indulging in alcohol, it is fun at times, but to bring love into yourself, be around, spending quality times. If you go to church, you can go to church with your loved ones. Uh, like I said, go to the park with them, go get something to eat, just have someone to be there. You could be in the house, you don't have to spend no money. You just have someone to sit there and just lay beside you, have conversations and stuff like that with you, whatever it is. This brings you a common effect. It also supports you and encourages you and to uplift your spirits. And if you have like different type of self-care rituals, like self-care bath, or you have your spa day, or if you go get your nails done, anything that makes you feel relaxed, just feel relaxed and at peace. If you have like crystals, and maybe you go to Reiki sessions, any type of self-care routine that you had done before. And if you need some type of recommendation, just let me know in the comment section. I can find some for you. But I just know that mine is a little bit different, and mine's also varies. So sometimes I'll just go to the gym and I'll go take a yoga class once a week. I'll make sure I do that. That's one of my self-care rituals routinely that I do. Once a week I'll go to yoga class. I make sure I eat healthy foods at like 80-20, like 80% of the week I'll make sure I'll eat healthy. I'll have days where I clean my house or water my plants, or I'll go to the park sometimes and I'll just sit out there and I'll soak up the sun. But I won't be there for too long, because I love being in nature, but I don't like being in nature for too long because of the bugs and stuff like that. And then I also listen to my different types of affirmations. I listen to my healing frequencies. So I do all those things if I'm feeling really, really tired. And then I'll sip on some tea, watch a good little movie, but I don't want to just sit there the entire time, just sitting there watching TV when I am trying to like recharge and to rest and do my own self-care ritual. I will say this, which is very important, is having emotional boundaries with people. Just learning to say no to people. And if they cannot respect you, so that just shows you that they're just here for you, just for what you do for them, but not for who you are. So practice saying no to people when you don't have the energy to do it, because you don't always, it doesn't make you a bad person, it doesn't make you a bad friend, but sometimes being there for people when you are at the best version of yourself can be beneficial for you and the other person. I always say that being the best for you, when you showing up to people your best you, can be a positive effect on them and on you, so make the situation a lot better. Lastly, I would say is restorative sleep. Now I really advocate for this. It's like taking a nap. Like just sit there and take a nap. Go to bed early. And if you have problems going to sleep at night, take a little valerian root or taking some magnesium. That can help as well. But just making sure you get that rest. Overall, that can just restore your brain and have restorative energy and make you feel refreshed and energized. I want us to be able to redefine what productivity is. As a synopsis, I just want to say that it is good for us to create a new definition of worth. Productivity does not mean that you're worthy. It is how do we take care of ourselves and how do we take care of others as well, but not where we are neglecting ourselves for others. So it's a balance, an equal exchange. So in order for us to do that is to take rest, so that we won't just be surviving, but we'll be thriving. You are still valuable. You are still worthy. I congratulate you when you take a breath, when you take a breather and do it however you feel was best. I believe that we all should be supportive of one another. Laziness, we need to redefine what laziness is, because laziness, taking a break, does not mean you're lazy. Sometimes that is just us being overworked, and we need to just rest. We don't know what another person is going through years ago, and it's probably shown up to them like later on because they never took those breaks. So let's be here for one another and support each other. If you have different types of creative expressions that you do that's a part of your self-care routine or ritual, leave it in the comment section. And as always, peace.